Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this video. And so this is where we are going to prepare our database so that we can receive the transactions. And like I said in the last video, I'm using Laravel to do this. So I already set up my Laravel project, and I'm going to start by creating the database. And yeah, so let's go right ahead. As a guide, we are going to use the transaction callbacks file from the GitHub Mpesa PHP SDK by Safaricom. And so you go to transaction callbacks. This is the file that we require here. And we go straight to C2B request confirmation. And because we have several different endpoints from Safaricom, it will be better to for us to keep specifying which different table for each of them, because the data is not the same. So that's very important. But then I think we'll need all these fields. So just gonna grab them and put them somewhere to act as a guide, and then I'll go back to my project and then PHP. So I'm creating a new migration. So Mpesa C2B, I think we saw it, C2B table. Yeah, so my table is ready, and so I think I'm gonna paste those things here so I can use them. Now I think the rest of the fields are going to be just strings, nullable strings. So first of all, you have the transaction type. So you can have trans type. You don't want to name it something very different from what you have here, so that it doesn't bring confusion when you're receiving the data. So you just change this to snake case, and then you do it. So this is nullable. Every other field is going to be nullable. So trans amount, and then business shortcode, business short. You're at liberty to do it, however, but I realize that if you name it something different from what you have here, it gives you a problem, because you forget, and then later on you start getting confused. So I change it from camel case to something I like, and then I use it. So we already used this. You can delete them. Bill ref number. And then we have invoice number. Right, so I paused the video a little bit, and then I finished doing the fields, and now we are good to go. And I think I'm gonna store these fields also in an array because I need to move them to the model also. So let me do that right ahead. And the next step is to create the model. So I'm going to create the model for Mpesa C2B. Also PHP artisan make model Mpesa C2B. So I think my model has been saved somewhere in the app class. So I just add some fillable fields here so that they don't give us problems. So that we can mass assign all these values into the database, at least for now. Right, so we're good. And then for ease of development, I like to define this property to also define these properties here in a doc block. So I'm using PHP Storm, like I said, and so in case you can't do that, it's still fine. So I'm just gonna do that quickly so that it can make my development work a bit easier, right? So yes, so I've prepared my doc block. It's a bunch of the same fields that we have in the database, the ones that I've added here. This is not important. It just makes the development work a little bit easier, and for auto suggestions and such things. So I think up to this time our database and model is okay. And the next thing is to create, I think, the controller. So make controller. So Mpesa C2B controller. We really need this because so we can just say maybe payment. We'll see payment controller, and I think I'm gonna create that in the API. Directory, so that we don't have problems with restrictions with regard to CSRF. So I'm going to use the API endpoints for the validation links. So no big deal yet. Yeah, I think that's enough. So now that we have our controller, a model, and database ready, the next step is to register our endpoints. And in order to prevent this video from being too long, we are going to do that in the next video. That is preparing, registering our endpoints with Safaricom, so that the Safaricom Mpesa platform will know where to send the transaction when we initialize, when somebody makes a payment, so, or when we initialize the transaction from our side. So thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the next video.